How low can the gold market go? That is the question as we stare down the barrel of a significant sell-off on the gold market here today. You can see trading at the time of recording this video at 1961, very far from that $2,000 mark that we were just so heavily talking about, it seems like just a couple days ago. I'm gonna go through this. I'm gonna talk about what is contributing to such a downward spiral on the gold market and where I think there may be a bottom. Let's talk about it, jumping in right now. So first of all, let's address one of the news reports that came out this morning. We had US jobless claims, which fell more than expected. The number of Americans filing for unemployment benefits fell to 242,000 last week, down from an 18-month high of 264,000. Now, why does this matter? Well, jobless claims, if people are filing for unemployment at a record pace or higher rates, that shows that the labor market is cooling, slowing down, which of course, as many of you guys may know, is something that the Federal Reserve has been actually looking for. So the Fed has been paying attention to the jobs number very closely because of course, cooling jobs could show a further slow in inflation. But the opposite effect could be true if the jobs market stays very strong. Now, jobs, unemployment, these sorts of things, they are one of the key drivers of inflation. Think about it, if you will, for a second. It makes sense. If a lot of people are getting jobs, a lot of people are getting raises, what are they going to do? They're going to go out and spend their money. They're going to buy houses. They're going to, which we also saw, by the way, we saw housing starts increase. So we're seeing some economy, bolster up again. And the reason that is, of course, concerning for the Federal Reserve is because growing economy means inflation continues to be a problem. So this is something that we're seeing in the dollar now. The dollar is driving higher. And before we even look at gold, we have to acknowledge that this dollar strength is pretty dang hard to contest. Now, part of the reason I will say is that we have the debt ceiling, right? We'll call it the DC. The debt ceiling, which of course is being debated in Washington, DC, is of course something that is concerning to markets, but it has been one of the pushers of this dollar move, but I think also now what we're seeing is, again, this jobless numbers or the jobless claims coming out less than expected, showing some stubbornness in the economy there and going against the Fed's direction. Now the question is, Nick, are you bullish on the dollar? My opinion, no. Am I shorting the dollar? No. So what the heck am I doing? Well, I'm waiting for it to make a crack to the downside. This, I think, would be the potential bottom for the gold market. So this dollar movement here, you can see all my lines and scribbles drawn all over this chart. The point is here, it seems that every time the price pulls back, buyers are ready to step up and more than willing to continue driving the dollar higher. This, price action-wise, is an upward trend that I'm not looking to short. However, what would be a bearish catalyst would be if these same levels, when retested, started to fail. And this is what I will be looking out for, especially this 102.7 mark. I'm looking for these levels to break structure, and on retests, I'm looking then to get involved on the short side. But when the market is just putting in higher lows and higher highs, I'm gonna have a hard time selling this market, even if fundamentally I'm bearish. And I think that the inflation story will continue to trickle lower and we'll see that dollar weakness come back into play. I've got to wait patiently here to actually see the chart materialize there. And until we see that happen, the dollar strength is going to continue to put pressure on the gold market, which, let's do a recap on what we just recently did on the channel. If you guys know, I went long gold here. I made a profit when trailing my stop loss here. So I made some money on the way up. Then I entered again. And this time it went initially in my favor, but then fell apart and I stopped out. Now I'm feeling pretty thankful for my stop loss because although I was wrong about this second trade on gold, at least I was able to get out of there before it continued to melt down. Well, that is literally a pun perfect for gold. It's kind of lost its shine, if you will. It's melting down, if you will. That is so lame. Dad jokes galore today.
Daddy.
But the point here is, of course, until that dollar strength cracks, there's nothing I can do here on the gold market long side. I have to see price action start to show strength and some of these levels, which now this support level now has to be acknowledged as resistance, until we can start seeing resistance crack to the upside, right? Something like, we find a bottom and then we actually are able to break out. Until we start to see formations like this, I can't justify getting long on gold. So what about the institutional traders? Institutional traders are really long gold, right? Institutional money is very long gold still. But here's the thing about institutional traders. They're not necessarily day trading and scalping like many retail traders tend to do. They oftentimes are holding for a longer period of time. They're swing trading. And so when you have gold still heavily long by institutional traders, they have some patience, and perhaps they think that the fundamentals will come back into play and swing gold back to the upside. Again, the ratio here is very high. We have long contracts at 266,000, short contracts at 70,000. Where are we getting this data? The CFTC's Commitment of Traders report, which we pull into the EdgeFinder, which is our market scanning software that my company builds. If you guys want access to this, here is how you can get access for a free trial today. The free trial is available by clicking the link at the top of the description, and you can ask one of our support reps for a trial of the tool. Here's what it looks like when you click the link. It's going to take you to a page like this. Click chat now and click on this little tab here. Click EdgeFinder Trading Software Access, and without any strings attached, we don't need your credit card. We don't need anything like that. Just put your email in and we will send you access to test out the software for yourself. It'll open up a live chat so that you can get connected with one of my staff members here at A1 Trading, who will hook you up with access and answer some questions about the software if that's something you think would be helpful to you. Here's a look at the watch list. So even though we've not got any immediate setups on gold, let's talk about some other things. I'm currently long dollar yen, and it's been going really well. So I bought dollar yen inside of our Discord channel about a couple weeks ago. This is a swing trade for me. So currently dollar yen, it has been in the position tracker here, or NIX positions. I've been keeping my dollar yen and dollar Swiss and euro Swiss all long for several weeks here. Continues to be a really good winner here for me on dollar yen and dollar Swiss. With this dollar strength recently, I have been holding on to that. And look at that gold, guys, back down to 1960. Could crack into the 50s here today, which is quite a move. But dollar yen benefiting from this, and surprisingly broke through resistance here. I thought we might have a little bit more contingency there. It briefly paused before rallying above, and this trade looks like it might be ready for some profit taking soon. So I'll keep those of you guys who are inside of our private Discord channel, I'll keep you updated. I think I might be taking some profits on dollar yen, just scaling out of this one and waiting for an opportunity to get back in at a later point. So yes, if you guys want access to the Discord, by the way, you can also ask for access to that on our chat icon. Again, top of the description, ask us about the Discord channel and you can get information about that as well. If you want to join us, you can see the trades being taken by myself, Frank, and Ivan, the three traders here at A1 Trading on our staff. So there you go. Also, guys, we had, in terms of the dollar pairs, I wanted to quickly showcase, of course, one of our guests on the show today, Marco, who went over some dollar pairs when I asked him about it. I talked to him specifically about pound USD.
So for me, this one is range bound in this area right here. So I would like to see it break out to the upside or to the downside. So right now I'm being more patient, but I am seeing some potential. Overall, it is moving to the downside, looks like it, but it's just not giving me those big pushes that I used to see on the pound. So I want to see big moves. I don't want to see these longer consolidations and these longer pullbacks. So I'm just looking for established momentum, and I really want to see that large momentum for the pound.
And so give me a, Marco, in terms of price action, bull case, bear case. Show me, so because it seems like you're pretty agnostic. Right now, it's choppy, it's back and forth. You're agnostic to what price does. You're willing to sell if something arises, you're willing to buy. Is that right?
Exactly. So right now for me, it's in no man's land, basically.
Yeah.
So for me to be interested as a buyer, it would need to move away from this general level. So it would need to break this level and continue. So break and then continue, because most of the time it will just break and retrace back into the range, right? So I'm interested in a break of this level, and to sell, I would need to see it break this level and again give me some nice strong momentum. An example of some nice strong momentum for me would be, well, let's quickly try to find something. This would be an example. So this leg and this leg, that's what I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
That's
and
kind
Marco,
of what I want to see.
Remind me too. So let's say it breaks to the downside. Are you selling the break itself, or are you looking to sell pullbacks? How are you playing those?
Yeah, so I'm looking to sell pullbacks.
Okay.
The way I trade is I wait for momentum and I wait for the candle to close solidly and to move away far away from the range, and then I look for it to pull back, give me a flag formation or a break and retest at the bottom right here, and then I just get in on a pending order. So I don't trade a retest of this whole level.
Gotcha. Okay. So you're looking basically for that quick break, quick retest, and just it should either continue quickly or you're sort of looking to get out.
Yeah, especially for the pound, because I found on this pair, if like the impulse looks like this, where you have blue candles, or it's not really moving with big candles, it usually doesn't continue. So I want to see consecutive blue or consecutive red candles move away from the range bound area. So especially on this pair, I need to see that nice big large push.
Hey, guess what? I just found a video made just for you. Click this video to help with your trading, and thanks for watching.